Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Ghostbusters 2016. Let's get into it. Ghostbusters 2016 is written by Paul Feig, however you pronounce it. Written by Katie Diploid and Paul Feig, based on Ghostbusters by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. Produced by Ivan Reitman and Amy Pascal. Cinematography from Robert Yeoman. Edited by Brent White and Melissa Broughton. Music by Theodore Shapiro. Production companies from Columbia Pictures and Village Roadshow Pictures. Distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. Released in New Zealand on the 14th of July 2016 and the US on the 15th of July 2016. The movie ran for 116 minutes, so an hour and 56 minutes. The rating of this movie in New Zealand is rated PG, in the US it's rated a PG-13. The genre of this movie, it's a horror, action, comedy, science fiction, fantasy, and supernatural. Plot. Following a ghost invasion of Manhattan, a paranormal enthusiast, Aaron Gilbert, and Abby Yates, nuclear engineer Julian Holtzman, and subway worker Patty Tolan band together to stop the otherworldly threat. So the cast of this movie, we have Melissa McCarthy as Dr. Abigail L. Abby Yates, Kristen Wiig as Dr. Aaron Gilbert, Kate McKinnon as Dr. Julian Holtzman, Leslie Jones as Patricia, or known as Patty Tolan, Chris Hemsworth as Kevin Bickman, Neil Casey as Dr. Ron North, and Andy Garcia as Mayor Bradley. Development. A third Ghostbusters film has been in various stages of development following the release of Ghostbusters 2 in 1989. Bill Murray, who played Ghostbuster Peter Venkman in the original films, was reluctant to participate. He felt Ghostbusters 2 was lackluster and was critical of the new scripts he had read. Murray later clarified that his reluctance was due to the part to his relationship with Columbia Pictures and Sony, rather than any of his co-stars from the other two films. Dan Aykroyd, who co-starred and co-wrote the original film, said the studio was aware that without Murray, there may be nothing there for a sequel, and was considering a way to introduce a new generation of Ghostbusters. One script, Ghostbusters 3 Hellbent, written by Aykroyd in 1999, had Venkman leaving the Ghostbusters to spend time with Sigourney Weaver's character Dana Barrett. The remaining Ghostbusters, including younger member Fort Souls, evicted from a hellish version of Manhattan known as Manhattan. The Hellbent script was revised as Ghostbusters in Hell, with plans to replace Murray with Ben Stiller. The story had the Ghostbusters finding a portal to an alternate dimension, where all the worst things about modern life are magnified, traffic, and stuck in perpetual gridlock, and nobody speaks the same language. Another story idea had Venkman transformed into a ghost. Yeah. Critical response. On review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, Ghostbusters 2016 has approval rating of 73% based on 392 reviews from critics, with an average rating of a 6.5 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads, Ghostbusters 2016 does an impressive job of standing on its own as a through-welling, marvelous cast supernatural comedy, even if it can't help but pale somewhat in comparison with the classic original. On Metacritic, the film has a score of a 60 out of 100 based on 52 critics, indicating mixed average reviews. Audiences surveyed by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of a B+ on an A+ to an F scale, while those surveyed by Postrat gave the film a 57% for definite recommend. Now let's get into my thoughts. The good. Ghostbusters 2016 was a movie I liked. The acting in was a movie. I like the acting in this movie. I think that all added a bit to themselves in these roles, which I liked. And yeah, I feel like the final battle scene in this movie was entertaining to watch. I think personally, that's really about it. Bad and disappointing. Okay, for me, this movie was a huge letdown because I did enjoy the trailers, and I watched it the first night it came out. First night it came out, and I really enjoyed it. Then rewatched it a few years back, and I just thought it was okay. And then from yesterday, I still feel like it's just a meh movie for me. I did not like where the story was going in this movie. I did not really get my feel into the movie, unfortunately, and yeah, that's really it. Final thoughts. I think Ghostbusters 2016 was a meh movie and a huge letdown for the franchise. I would have liked to see better for me personally, and yeah, that is it. I wouldn't recommend this movie, and I'm not hating on this movie because of women leads. I think they all do a fantastic job. I just didn't like the other things, like the story, the pacing, and the jokes, and the jump scares were way too cheesy for me. So yeah, it's not that we don't have any male Ghostbusters in this movie, it's just the other stuff. The score for this movie, stars, is a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Percentage, it's a 54%. Grade, it's a C, and out of 10, it's a 5.4 out of 10. Thanks for watching my review for Ghostbusters 2016. Stay tuned to tomorrow for my Ghostbusters Afterlife review. Even though I reviewed it earlier this year, I'm still going to be doing a review of it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.